You know, people are definitely jacking off. They're choking their chicken, right, while they're watching your content. They're not just looking at it like, wow, what this lovely art. Look at this. Wow, that's an interesting pose. Look at that.
Hold on, wait.
Whoa. Yo, what's up, YouTube? My name is Chisha Zed. We are back in here with another episode of Chisha Zed and Friends. We've got Felicia back in the building.
What's up? What's going on, y'all?
So today we're going to be reacting to an OnlyFans video. This video is titled, believe it or not, it's titled, Me and My Mom Are on OnlyFans Together. Now, the first thing I actually thought of when I saw Me and My Mom, I thought of how, remember you used to say that in school and your teachers would be like, my mom and I.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, is this correct
Grammatical
English?
error.
You know, I'm the worst guy for that. I suck at spelling. I'm terrible. I always have subscribers telling me to like fix the spelling in thumbnails, which I appreciate it. But it's this mother and this daughter. They own an OnlyFans, and apparently they're doing really well. They're killing it on OnlyFans.
Well, yeah.
What was your take of the thing? What were you gonna say right there? You're gonna say what?
I mean, who wouldn't want to see a mom and a daughter together? That's kind of like.
Is that fantasy?
I mean, I guess. I don't. Apparently.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, some people are into some weird stuff.
I felt very awkward. She looked awkward. She didn't look like she was having fun with it. She does look like she was forced into it a little bit.
I got that vibe.
Yeah. And she's like playing yeah, I'm cool with it. But in the back of her mind, she's more just like, I hate what I'm doing and I don't want to do this.
The part that got me was when she was like, yeah, you know, these people and these negative comments, but they're just jealous because I'm making money. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, did your mom tell you to say that? Or
yeah, sounds like it.
It sounds like something you tell your kids when you're like grooming them to be some sort of like a sex slave or something like that.
Yeah. No, that's a no for me. I did not like that at all.
I think that's a weird thing for most people.
Yeah. I mean, apparently it's not, because people are tuning into their content and looking at it and watching what they're doing. And apparently they're making thousands and thousands per month.
Yeah, she kept on saying that. We're making a lot of money.
Did they actually say how old this girl was?
No, they didn't. My official stance is this, right? I recently had a conversation with like a potential guest, and she didn't want to come on after like talking more, because she said, you know, what are you going to talk about with me? I'm a sex worker. And I remember thinking to myself, I said, oh, you don't have to come on, just forget it. But she kept on sending me these messages like, F misogyny, F your platform, F you guys. And I responded, all I said back was like, hey, listen, I'm not against sex work. I'm not against people who go on OnlyFans. I know they don't like to refer to it as sex work, but I'm sorry, that's what it is. You know, people are definitely jacking off. They're choking their chicken, right, while they're watching your content. They're not just looking at it like, wow, what this lovely art. Look at this. Wow, that's an interesting pose. Look at that.
Hold on, wait.
Whoa. I'm just saying, that's what's going on. You can try they're choking their chicken, man. You know what I mean?
That is I have never heard that one before.
Yeah, like the family guy, you know, with the chicken he always got in a fight with.
Yes.
Yeah, the way he strangled it.
Lord.
No.
Oh.
But I'm just saying, like, you should know that's what's happening. But yeah, she was like, yeah, you know, F your platform. And I was like, hey, you know, I'm not against women who decide to do this. And a lot of people are surprised that I actually say that. They'll be like, what, man, you're not against it. This is wrong. It's immoral. I'm like,
do what you got to do to make your money.
This is where I come from. I don't say that. I'm like, you can do what you want in life as long as you understand the consequences and you're not hurting other people. Right? If we have
I feel like she might potentially be hurting her child in the long run.
And you know, at that point, you know, those are long-term effects, but people can argue that type of stuff. Like, yeah, if you are an alcoholic, do you have or you drink a lot, do you have a higher chance of getting in a car accident? And you have kids that care about you? Yes, you know what I mean? But my whole thing is like, hey, do you understand the consequences of your decision? Because where I rush to is these recent videos that I've been seeing of like porn stars, really popular porn stars, demanding that their stuff get taken off online. That shit just makes me laugh. I'm like, it's done. It's on there.
Done.
It's never going away.
It's been on there. Even if they do take it down, I'm sure that someone has saved it somewhere. They're always going to watch it.
Yeah.
It's the internet.
Yeah, it's on there forever. And there's all these videos on YouTube about women who are no longer doing OnlyFans, and they regret it. You know, we have teachers who are getting fired for it. I don't think people really put things into perspective. But if you decide to put things into perspective and you still decide to do it, I'm like, hey, it's all you. You're an adult. In this situation, however, it felt like the mom was the one influencing. I think she said she'd been like a model, an adult content creator model for like 14 years.
Yeah.
Before that.
So like, pretty much most, if I'm guessing her daughter's either like 18 or 21. That's like a good majority of her daughter's life. So if that's what her daughter grew up seeing her mother do, she probably, potentially, it can go either ways. Either she's just like, I think this is a horrible idea and I don't like it, or she's just like, yeah, there's no problem with it. But from what I personally picked up, she looks uncomfortable.
She does, man. It's kind of awkward.
Look happy.
It's an awkward video, and you can feel like the daughter isn't 100% in it.
Correct.
The other thing I was thinking too is like, let's put this into perspective. A lot of us don't do certain wrong things we believe are personally wrong because of our mothers. If your own mother is like, it's not a big deal, then it kind of draws that line back on what is wrong, what is a big deal, right, to you. What I believe happens with most of these OnlyFans is they get on there, someone pays them a ridiculous amount, like $1,000 for their toes, and he's there and worshiping her toes or whatever people do. And I'm not hating on foot fetishes out here, man. I know that a large majority of guys in general don't like ugly feet, but if you're out here paying for feet pictures, it's ridiculous to me. When I found out that people could make thousands of dollars selling feet pics, I said, now this right here is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, so they're out here doing this, and then the same guy comes back and he says, I'll pay you twice as much if, you show me everything. And she's like thinking about it. Just keeps going up from there. I was only going to do this, and then it just keeps going up. Next time you're getting flown out to Dubai to like fuck camels or some shit like that. Have you heard about that? You have these girls.
One time. I think you told me about it. And I was
yeah. We've got these girls that they fly to Dubai to fuck camels. That is your future. If you got to hold everything in perspective. If they give you an amount, if you have every person can be bought, right? Think of everything that's possible. You want to end up in Dubai fucking camels.
Wow.
That's my question.
And I can't even, and this is a question that I would love to ask, like, are these girls actually doing it? And I want to say no, they're not, but yeah, they probably are.
What is stopping you? $10,000. Well, okay, yeah. Well, not that. That's ridiculous. But hey, for $1 million, shit.
No.
I could see women going. I'm not talking about you. I'm seeing. I could see women, purchasing Spirit airline tickets to get there.
Oh, the worst airline.
But I'm just saying, let's keep the camels out of it, right? Let's keep the camels out of it. Let's say just sex. I see people doing it for $50,000. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And
just to lay down and do some.
I see women being able to do that. They're doing much more for less, making long-term decisions of putting their pictures online for that. So in my mind, just knowing the way life works, knowing the way men think, men aren't usually just satisfied with pictures. Men usually have an end goal.
Yes.
That's just the way, and usually it's sex. So you're getting paid. All these successful OnlyFans model who are just posting lingerie pics, I don't buy it. I don't buy it, man.
I agree. There's someone out there that's paying them top dollar to get that box.
The other thing I was going to too is like, if you're not planning to do the traditional marriage thing, naturally, this is where I go, right? I think to myself, okay, this girl's probably not going to have an easy time finding a husband. But I was just watching Adam22's channel, No Jumper podcast. He runs that podcast. He had Kevin Samuels on there, actually, at one point. And he posted a vlog on his personal YouTube channel about a wedding he attended for a porn star. And I had a bunch of people telling me, like, you need to make a video about this. She's getting married. Guys need to stop marrying these porn stars. And I'm just like, trying to remember her name. I think her name was Reid. I believe that's what it was. She's like number 3 on Pornhub, which that's a big deal. She's making a lot of money, right? A shit ton of money. And people are like, men need to stop marrying these women. The truth is, guys, reality speaks for itself, right? If you're going into porn and you're exposing yourself like that, then you will find a hard time finding a husband. Most of these women don't end up building a happy family at the end of the day. I don't wish them horrible things, but it's just the reality is that if when you look at ex-porn stars, a bunch of them aren't happy about their decisions, and a lot of them aren't usually in happy places. You know, they have a bunch of diseases and all these different things that go into it, and that's a part of it as well. No one needs to tell them these things. It's just what happens.
I wonder if the guy that marries them think that they are going to be, their sex life is going to be how it is in like these porns and stuff.
No, I think they marry porn stars. So the guy, Adam22, he does porn himself.
Okay.
Yeah. He does porn, I believe, with his, I don't know if it's his wife or girl. He does porn with his girl. I think they both have to do porn. I think they marry other porn stars. But I know Riley Reid, she married like some like, he does like parkour.
Oh, parkour. Okay.
Parkour. Yeah, he does like some parkour.
Jumping off of walls and off of buildings and backflipping and what is getting to one point to another point in an extreme way or something like that.
Yeah. He likes doing terrifying things like marrying porn stars. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. But I'm just saying, for the majority of people who are considering going into the adult porn industry, it's fair to say that if you're a woman and you're like thinking of relationships going forward, you should know that what's most likely to happen, or most guys are not going to be comfortable with that. It's going to be difficult for you to find a man who takes you seriously, to get married, and also the trauma and stress that comes with being a female who sleeps around consistently. It affects women more than it does men. Go ahead.
Why do you think, though, it wouldn't work for, I'm not saying that it will, but like I agree with you, but why do you think that it wouldn't work for a woman who decides to get out of the porn industry or, you know, the sex work industry to get married and have a successful marriage?
I think it's just the trauma that, like, women, when you ask them like what it takes for you to have sex with somebody, they talk about a lot of these emotional connections. Mentally, they take sex more seriously. Adam22 is a good example. He said, hey, I go to these porn shoots. I'm able to sleep with other women, but my wife, I don't allow her to do that. You know, he justified it by saying, I'm a rap guy, as in, is like in the rap industry. So I'm like, okay. But I think he also knows that, you know, as a woman, you know, women are built differently and they respond differently to sex. It's a lot more emotional. They get a lot more mentally involved. You're bonding with all these different men over and over and over again. Men don't have the larger dose of the bonding chemical. Scientifically, they just don't, right? Women
but do you think that happens for a woman that is actually in porn? Do you think that it still happens the same way for a woman who is like actually getting paid to do this stuff?
Your body doesn't know you're doing porn. You know what I mean? Your brain doesn't know you're doing porn. It just says, oh, we're having sex right now. Okay, let's release these chemicals and let's attach to this person.
So this guy that is doing porn, his wife also does it as well. Yeah. But she does it solo stuff.
She does stuff with him, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And she's like one of the top people on OnlyFans, actually.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, how is he not letting her do that if she's also doing that too?
He has scenes like on Pornhub. Don't ask me how I know. I definitely did not search it out. But Adam, if you're watching this, I just know. You know, don't ask me how I know. I've just heard. Man.
That was funny. Okay, so
don't go looking up stuff. You know, there's some research that you shouldn't be doing. But what are you gonna say?
So you think because a woman who say worked in the sex industry doing porn, if they were to get out and decide to get married and start a life, it wouldn't work because of all of the bonds that she made previously, or that's mainly it? It's just like a lot of psychological things that might be going on with her and it just won't work?
Well, the science behind this is very simple. There's a reason why women get more attached than men during sex. And it's because they get the larger dose of the bonding chemical oxytocin. They're attached to this person and it wears on them mentally, right? You could imagine what that does. You are constantly bonding, breaking up. Just a woman, you have sex with a woman, give her some good dick, she loses her mind. A lot of that is scientific because she's attached to you now.
But I feel it might be different for someone who's working in that industry. You know what I mean?
Why do you think it's different? Your body doesn't know when you're working. It still responds the same. Your body doesn't think, oh, you're a porn star, so let me hold off on the effects that this is going to do to your body.
I guess because I've heard that the way that they conduct the scene in pornos or whatever, it's more of an acting thing versus like we're just, having sex. It's like there's an actual director there. There's an actual person there saying, oh no, I didn't like this scene. Oh, let's try it again. Oh, let's do this scene. I don't like it like that. So I feel like that bonding chemical that happens in regular like situations where people are having sex, might
not be as strong. You're saying because you're saying because it's fake.
Yes. So why would that play a part in a marriage?
Let's give you that, right? Guys do take pills like Blue Chew. Don't ask me how I know, to keep a strong erection consistently. And women do sometimes like use lubrication when things aren't working out. But again, there'll be a good amount of that time when a lot of that will be real as well, right? And not only that, when it comes down to just the job you're doing in itself, most men aren't comfortable with women who reveal themselves to the whole world.
Yeah.
Most men are not going to be comfortable with that. And if you're doing porn as a woman and you've done it for the majority of your career, you get older, men aren't really checking for you. As much. And that tag of like, I've had hundreds of guys run through me, it doesn't attract most men. Are there some guys out there that might find that appealing? Sure. But are they going to marry you and want to build a family with you? When men think family and kids and a wife, they're not thinking a woman who's just getting ran through, right? They're thinking there's a virgin somewhere waiting for me, which is like, of course, unrealistic. But just the idea of porn itself goes against what most men think when it comes to considering a wife.
I agree. But what if they do get married? What if he does decide to marry her? The
exception is cool. But
why do you think it still wouldn't work out in the long term? It's still gonna like the guy's just always gonna maybe be thinking about it, like
if regular marriages don't work, what more people who are doing pornography? That's my question.
I mean, like, they already know that person's doing pornography, so like.
But you see, when you're having a family, it's not just about you. There's perception of you, right?
There's a worldview
family of you. It takes a lot to have a successful marriage. You need uncles, you need aunts. Most aunts and uncles hope you're thinking like, whoa, your wife's into porn, man. She's gotten, I'm just saying, like, as a whole, it probably doesn't work out in most of those relationships' favor.
Just in the in the long run, things can start to get to people. It can start to get to the guy. She might not be mentally stable because of everything that's going on. People are noticing her. He might be like, yeah, there might just be like, oh, I saw your wife, dude, last night. Oh,
exactly.
I was watching.
You're introducing your wife to family members, and you know what they're doing after they get home. You know,
your brother's just like, yeah, I saw your wife the other day.
I don't remember where, but she
looks very familiar.
Oh my gosh, I'm still trying to remember where I seen you before.
And then it clicks. It clicks that one day. It's like, oh damn.
Exactly. Now you have to move town again. But really, think about it. That must be so awkward. Like, you're introducing your wife to people, and you're over there like, yeah, by the way, my wife used to do porn. They're, all your guy friends are like, oh, really? Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Searching for it.
Exactly,
that
man.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
I mean, there's just too much. There's too much stigma behind it. You have to be somebody like Adam22 who doesn't care, but at the same time, I believe is smart with being like, yeah, I'm not going to let other people smash my wife. I think that helps to some extent, right? Yeah.
So it's just them two. Anyways, that's a question for another time.
Yeah, I believe it's just them two.
Gotcha.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, do me amazing things and hit that like button. Guys, you do amazing things for me when you hit that like button. I appreciate all of you. Also, let us know what you guys think, man. What do you guys think of porn stars, marriage, that mother and daughter situation? It seems like it's just getting more popular for people to be okay with doing like sex work. And hopefully they have a backup plan, because OnlyFans is moving out of that adult content. But yeah, let us know in the comment section down below. Felicie, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me again. Thank you.
Definitely. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.